Hi, this is AJ and Natasha from the Two Idiots Travel Blog. We have Alyssa here and I'm having some wine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
We're going to talk a little bit about prioritizing yourselves as a couple while you're also parents who are traveling with a toddler. Why did you decide to take a 9-month trip with your toddler?
Well, we decided to take a 9-month trip because we wanted to travel the world. We just happened to have a toddler with us. He just came along for the ride and we had to figure it out with him.
How is traveling as a family different from when you used to travel just as a couple?
It was so much easier traveling as a couple because you just don't have any other responsibility other than yourself. And I cannot believe I used to be so tired all the time. But your child doesn't care that you're traveling. Everything has to become less of a priority than what the toddler wants. And that's very hard when you're traveling because, it changes all the time.
I would also say that when you travel with a child, you have to slow things down and you have to make sure you think about activities for him in addition to the things you want to do. The good news is, as we learn, kids are super flexible and things eventually end up fine overall.
That being said, how did you juggle wanting to be a couple while also having your child in, different countries and destinations?
The big thing we did, we were always flexible. If we were in a place and we were roaming around and our toddler Arav would go to sleep, we would consider that daytime. And we would go to the nearest restaurant, nearest bar, and have a couple of cocktails and just be happy that we could talk to each other instead of focusing on him. And there are tons of other tips like, using babysitters around the world, which we have on the blog, so definitely check those out.
We were also lucky that my parents, her mom accompanied us on certain parts of the trip. Our son loved staying with them, and so we could go out and do our thing as well.
We got some breaks with family, but you should definitely check out the blog for all the other tips.
How did you handle trying to build in alone time for yourselves?
I love alone time. I don't know if AJ is much into alone time as I am. And I was so grateful because he would just take him to the park and I would just get time to be by myself. And even if that time was spent, organizing, because that's my thing, it was just a relief just to have that time.
I'm not necessarily a fan of alone time. The only thing I like to do is read my magazines or different things, and so when he used to fall asleep or even maybe at the park, I used to use that time to read while he was playing.
Was it always easy?
It's always challenging. It's challenging being at home and being a parent to a toddler, as you can see. But so you have to balance it out. You answer questions. Your toddler's laughing. You might need something. So might as well do it around the world where you get to see beautiful things and experience beautiful things. Yes, I know. See, balance.
What were some difficult things to juggle as a couple who were also parents traveling?
Managing his meals and making sure he was fed, going on walking tours, and we're in the middle of beautiful scenery watching, and here comes the park, and here comes the tantrum. First time we experienced that, the second time we experienced that, third time we just asked if there are any parks on the tour, can you just tell us beforehand so we'll take him around.
But again, as long as you're willing to be flexible, go with the flow, and learn as you go along. Even some of those bad moments, crazy moments,
they'll be funny later.
Become funny later, and you can talk about it, and they become stories to say I can't believe we did this.
What tips would you give to other couples who want to travel with their kid but don't want to lose themselves as a couple?
Traveling can help when you're at home. Everybody is sort of stuck in the regular routines, and you're thinking about your kids all the time, day in and day out. That traveling is sort of a break from that, and you're together as a couple, you're together as a family, you're building new memories. So I would almost say if you're parents and you want to keep the spark in the relationship, get out of your routine, go travel so you can stay stronger as a couple.
Because you can't escape each other when you are traveling because there's nowhere to escape.
And you learn to handle challenging situations together and figure it out together. But I think travel can make a relationship stronger for sure.
For sure. Well, thank you.
Cool, thank you. Bye-bye.